What is happening with Weston McKennie? Is the Wizard of La Continassa on the transfer market? Will he leave Juventus already in January, in a few weeks, in a few days? Is Napoli versus Juve the last big game for Big Mac? A lot of questions, and I know that we have a lot of people that are watching the video from US, also some people from Texas. They are worried about our Texas boy. Why is Juventus putting him on the market? Is Juventus doing it? Well, I tell you immediately, yes. Not publicly, Juventus didn't communicate about it, at least not to the media, but they communicated with his agent, with the player. If an offer arrives, well, give it to us because you are on the market. A lot of reason for that. Is it Allegri? Is it tactical choices? Is it because of finances? Well, we will go through all of that, but first of all, let me say hello. Ciao Juventini of the world. My name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. If you didn't yet, put a maximum of like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, if you didn't watch the video of this morning, watch it, because we went through a lot of news. Bremer versus Osimhen, the Mercato, and so on and so on. A lot of last updated news, so go click the link and you will be redirected. But here I want to speak about one man only. It is the number 8 of the Bianconeri, of La Vecchia Signora. First of all, let's put something aside. Is it a problem because he doesn't love Juventus? No. Is it a problem because he doesn't love the country or the city? No, he loves Torino, the culture, the food. He understood that you don't put ranch on the pizza, of course. He loves it. The relationship with the teammates is super great, feeling super with everyone. By the way, he's the one that has a big smile and that is able to share that smile with the changing room. Always positive. He's feeling great. He's feeling great in La Continassa, in Vinovo, in the Allianz Stadium. It's a problem of the coach. Allegri, no, the relationship is good, the trust is there. By the way, Allegri is playing him a lot of time. You will tell me, no, Beppe, he had a better feeling with Pirlo. We'll go through the stats, we will check if yes or no this is true. So what is the problem? Well, mainly, Juventus, they have too many midfielders. We already spoke about it, and they need fresh cash money in the pocket to invest on a right wing, right back player, because at the moment we are blocked. Why Weston McKennie in that case? Are they already offers that arrived? Yes, the offers arrived. Bournemouth, Fulham, Aston Villa. We know it. Bottom table Premier League, that they have a lot of liquidity. They are ready to spend a lot of money for our number 8, for the one with some colors in the hair from time to time. He represented USA at the World Cup. He played 4 games. First one was a flop, but the other ones he played quite well. So there are some interest because he has really great capabilities. He's a player that has some great physique. He's a player that is able to run for 90 minutes. He's able to have a great vision, offensive vision, to go inside the box, to jump, to take headers, but also acrobatic player. He has a lot of skills, beautiful skills that we enjoyed. If you are thinking about Weston McKennie, we think immediately about Barcelona. What a goal with Pirlo. We think also about that season with Pirlo, with the Derby della Mole, the goal versus Torino, or the win 3-1 versus Milan with the goal of the number 8 from USA, from Texas. Hey, yeah, beautiful memory. So of course other teams are interested in him. At the moment he's saying no, because he's expecting something more. He wants to go because he's still 24. His birthday will be in August, so it's really far away. He's a young player, and even if he's already 7 seasons, already in Europe, 4 years with Schalke 04 in Bundesliga, 2.5 years in Torino with Juventus, well, going from Juve, that is fighting for the Scudetto, or at least trying to enter these European leagues, to go and downgrade, even if it's in the most beautiful league of the world, the Premier League, well, for him it's a big downgrade. And at 24, it's not the time for him to downgrade. That's why he's waiting for a club like Dortmund in Bundesliga, where he would be happy to go back. Or a bigger team in Premier League, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, or whatever team, but these teams are not calling Juve. They are not calling Weston McKennie's agent. So at the moment, he's blocked and he's thinking. But he needs to think and to take a decision. Why? Because he's the 7th midfielder at Juventus at the moment. He's the 7th one. Because this morning, an extra news is pushing Weston McKennie away from La Continassa, the one that arrived at the training center playing partially with his teammates. We are speaking about Paul Labille Pogba, the biggest investment in terms of salary, the image man, or the one that should have been the image man of Juve. Paul Pogba is back, finally with his teammate. In a few days, in a few weeks, he will also start playing back. In January, the month where everything will be decisive to understand if Weston McKennie will accept to be the 7th or if he will leave to take his chances as a starter in another league. Who are the 7 players and why? Well, Rabiot, even if he's out of contract at the end of the year, if you are winning versus Napoli, you don't want to make sure that your most complete and physically 100% player is leaving Juve. You keep Rabiot, you play Rabiot, whatever it costs. Paredes is showing signs of doing well. He will not be renewed at the end of the season. We will not sign him from Paris Saint-Germain, but it's a player that has a lot of pass accuracy. What we are actually blaming to Weston McKennie, being precise in short spaces. Pogba is another one, and we have 3. And then you have Locatelli, Allegri, and the club are investing a lot in that player. Why? Because said by themselves, he will be Capitano one day. He's one of the future captain, a Juventino from heart, that Juventus wants to invest in the youth, but also in Italian players that understand what Juventinità is, like the 2 other ones from the Next Gen project, our project, Fagioli and Miretti. We remember in the difficult moment when Weston McKennie was injured and we start playing Fagioli, that's where you have that turnaround of the season of Juventus. No, it's not that McKennie wants to leave because of tactical difficulties or that he's not happy with how Allegri played him at Udinese. Because I saw the tweet of US MNT that were mocking Juventus. Look at Weston McKennie playing under Allegri ball. By the way, experts from inside Juve, I can tell you, because I worked for Juve, they all said the same. As I said a few days ago, probably that was the best 90 minutes of Weston McKennie this season with Juventus. Tactically, he showed that when he wants to, he can. He sacrificed his time for the team. If someone is not happy, he doesn't sacrifice, as he did versus Udinese. It's true. Versus Paris Saint-Germain, 45 minutes, we all have that beautiful performance in the eyes. Why? Because he scored. Because he scored. He didn't score versus Udinese. He didn't put himself up, but he couldn't versus Success, Udoge, Makengo. For me, super performance. Of course, we will speak again about Pirlo season. With Pirlo, he was better. I told you Barcelona, I told you about Torino, I told you about Milan, the goals, and also the assist in Coppa Italia final versus Atalanta. But if we are looking at the real numbers, the fact is that with Pirlo, he didn't play that much. Or at least, he played 34 games, nearly all Serie A, but he only started 15 minutes per match. That was actually his average, with quite beautiful numbers. 5 goals scored, and he needed 340 minutes to score a goal. 304 minutes, it's quite okay for a midfielder. With Allegri, instead, 21 games last season. After that, big injury. But he started 15, so that shows that Allegri, when he was available, he was starting him from the start of the game. And not as Pirlo was doing, subbing him out or subbing him in. 3 goals every 459 minutes. This season, 13 games, 11 from the start. 11 from the start, only 1 goal. It's true that when you are watching at the heat map, he's changing slightly his position from a real midfielder with Pirlo. Is going more and more to the right side of the field. Why? Because probably he's behind the one that are playing there. Locatelli, Fagioli, Rabiot, Miretti, if you want to. And this is a problem. Why is Juventus selling him now? Well, because he has 2 more years of contract until 2025, 2.5. He's in the middle of his contract. His value is not increasing. The max that he reached was 25 million euro, and it doesn't go up. Instead, it's going down, because you see it from 25, he's going to 21 on transfer market. He's the 8th most valuable player at Juventus, 50-50 in Serie A, 57th as the midfielders in the world, 388 in the world. He's, according to Juve, I believe, at his peak of his value. If Juventus wants to cash in on a player that will probably, in a few weeks, with Pogba coming back, with a recuperated Paredes, lose totally his spot with a Cuadrado there, if they want to maximize the sale and reinvest that money on a right wing or a right back, it is the moment, because otherwise it will be too late. If you are McKennie, do you accept Aston Villa, Bournemouth, or whatever, or do you wait for the call of a bigger team, or maybe Dortmund in Bundesliga, taking the risk that that call might not arrive and that you will play the rest of the season on the bench? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it was interesting. Grazie, forza, Juve.